Selina, this much dreaded second wave is really materialising. Where are we seeing these new hotspots?
Right, Heidi, even though America's overall case count has been slowing, rising just under 1% this week, there's a big concern around these localized surges. So we're seeing rising COVID cases in 22 states. For instance, Texas on Wednesday reported about 2,500 new cases. That's the highest one-day total ever. And a month into its reopening, Florida this week reporting about 8,500 new cases. That's the most of any 7-day period. And in California, you're seeing hospitalizations at their highest since May 13th. And Arizona's daily tally has also spiked very abruptly in the past 2 weeks. So that being said, the correlation between states reopening and a surge in cases has been uneven. In some states, including Georgia, there has not been an increase in cases as the state has relaxed restrictions. And even within states, you see huge variation in terms of caseload. But what is clear is that the pandemic is far from over, and increases in testing in many states are not keeping up with the pace of growth in new cases. And I just want to point out that Anthony Fauci also recently called this pandemic his, quote, worst nightmare, saying that this infection is not going to just burn itself out with more public health measures, but that, quote, we're going to need a vaccine for the entire world, billions and billions of doses.
Now, Selina, we had the European Union releasing a report blaming China and Russia for spreading misinformation about the virus. What exactly did it say?
So, Sherry, in this report, the EU says that these countries are among foreign actors that have tried to undermine democratic debate and enhance their own image through disinformation campaigns around COVID. And the backdrop here is that this comes as the EU has been increasing pressure on platforms like Facebook, like Twitter, to remove misleading content about the virus and vaccines from their sites. And the EU has also been making a broader push to more generally fight disinformation and hate speech online. And this report also added that misinformation from this pandemic has been feeding on people's most basic anxieties, which has been exacerbated by the fact that people have been forced to stay at home and reverting to more social media to access information. Now, in a separate study, this is where the EU really highlighted that it had found evidence of this coordinated push by official Chinese sources to deflect blame for the pandemic and promote its own response to the virus. It also said that pro-Kremlin sources have been amplifying conspiracy theories that link the pandemic to biological warfare, 5G technology, and more generally fueling anti-vaccination sentiment.